Hi everyone, welcome to Colette's Thermi Kitchen. My name's Colette Matriga and tonight I'm super excited to tell you a little bit about this guy here. This is a new gadget from Thermomix. It connects to Thermomix via Bluetooth and it's going to make your cooking so much better. I've had this for about 3 weeks and I've been doing all sorts of things, meats, chicken, breads, cakes, just all sorts, and it's really good. I do recommend it. And it's interesting, I made the yogurt cake and I've made a few others, and I normally keep them in the oven for a bit longer, and what I've learned is that I don't need to do that. Now, just to backtrack a little bit on the sensor, what basically it is, it's a Thermomix that's connected either to your Thermomix through Bluetooth, or you can actually use it on your phone through the app that comes, you actually have access to. It works independently on your barbecue, in your stove, with your Thermomix in guided mode, and also on your stovetop. So really flexible. So even if you just want to put a steak on the barbecue, you can still do that. If you want to make grandma's sponge cake, you can still use that. So that's really cool. But for most of us, this guided aspect is really good, the way that it connects with the Thermomix to enhance your cooking. So I've just quickly gone into the collections on Cookie Do, and you can see here there's a lot of cookbooks here already based on the Thermomix sensor. So if I just click on one, up come a number of dishes that you can make, and some of these you will recognize. So let's just have a little look at this cake here. So it's the marble cake, but when you start cooking, because it's a sensor recipe, we follow the steps which we all know, but there's lots of steps in this one. Oh, yay! So many steps. Seriously? Who's going to make this cake? I don't know. But anyhow, eventually with the recipes, you'll come across the instructions for the sensor. And it's very straightforward. You can follow them. There's videos to take you through the steps. And you just basically follow what it says and you will end up with a perfectly cooked piece of meat, bit of chicken, bit of fish, a loaf of bread or a cake, whatever you happen to be doing. So that's with the guided mode. What I did with this one is I went into Cookie Do and I just called up, let me just do recently cooked. I just pulled up the yogurt cake, which is a cake I make quite a bit. It's just simple and quick and pretty yummy. I normally drizzle on some royal icing, which is really good. Okay, now all I did is I wanted to make that cake, and I made the cake up, poured it into my tin, and then I went to the sensor. Really easy to install on your Thermomix, great instructions, so it's not complex in any way. Just heading to the sensor, and it's telling me to take the sensor out of the box. So basically this white thing is our charging station, and it's powered by a AAA battery, and what you actually have inside is the probe. And the probe has two temperatures. The top is the ambient temperature, the temperature in the room here, for example, and then the bottom is going to be the temperature of whatever the food is that you're putting it into. Now, all different foods have a different temperature for cooked perfection. So your beautiful sponge cake is going to have a different temperature to your loaf of bread, and of course the Thermomix will know that. So I've got this out here, so all I need to do, if you just look in here, Andrew's dying to get a slice of this cake, aren't you? I'm going to hit the temperature, and I'm going to select cake, and then this is a sponge kind of cake, so I'm selecting that, and it's telling me the temperature that I want is 96 degrees, and then what it will do is send that information to the probe. Okay, thanks Andy. And I'm not obviously cooking today, but I would actually put this probe into the cake mix, but to hold it up in the tin, on your charger you've got this little plastic connector, and you just pop this in so it holds it in place perfectly. so it's not going to sink into all the batters that we have when we're cooking. And then you pop it in the oven, and what happens, it gives you an estimated cook time. And what I found really interesting with this cake, cookie dough cook time for me was 30 minutes. When I first put it in, it estimated 40 minutes, and then it recalculated once it was in the oven, and it actually came out at 25 minutes. So that was interesting on this particular cake. But I took it out quite confidently because everything else I've made with the sensor has been absolutely spot on. So let's just have a little look. I cut a slice of this cake, this 25-minute yogurt cake, and just have a look at the crumb. It is just absolutely cooked to perfection. I wouldn't have wanted that to stay in longer, but without the sensor, I probably would have kept it in for the full 30 minutes because I wasn't as wise. So, a little bit of news there about the new sensor that's coming to Thermomix. If you don't want to work it with your Thermomix, as I said, you can connect on your phone to the sensor station, and then just put in the desired end temperature, and everything else happens on your phone from there. Differences between the meter. Some of you have the meter which looks very similar. The meter is not connected via Bluetooth to your Thermomix. In fact, it's not connected to your Thermomix. It's only connected to an app on your phone. And remember, the meter can only do meats. It can't do batters and cakes or doughs for bread, etc. And it is a bit of a game changer if you're making beautiful artisan breads or sourdough, to be able to know exactly when to take that out of the oven. It's pretty cool. So to get the sensor, it's not in the mix shop just yet. It will be coming, I believe, soon. But what I recommend you do is pop your name down as an expression of interest. If you pop your name down, you'll go onto that list, and when they start to arrive, if it's smaller numbers, you will be contacted, and at that stage you can say yes or no based on the information that's surrounding it. So that's just a little bit about the sensor. I've been using it over the last few weeks. Absolutely love it. It's a great little gadget in the kitchen when you don't want to think about food. If you're not very successful, yes, I know it's not connected, that's fine. When it's you know, if you want that perfection. So there you go. That's me for tonight. Thank you so much for all your well wishes. I'm virtually back on track, I think, just a little bit tired, but I really appreciate that you care very much. That's absolutely awesome. So thank you, and have a beautiful evening. Bye for now, everybody.